1967 Jaguar E-Type. This is a Series 1.5 2+2 coupe, finished in gunmetal grey, so opalescent gunmetal grey, with that lovely red, deep red leather interior. Manual gearbox, this one, nice long-term ownership. I believe the current owners owned it since about 2002. Big history file. Car was imported to the UK in the early 90s, where it was restored. It was originally an American car. It was restored, it was converted from left to right. We have a couple of hundred photos of that restoration, all of the invoices, every little bit of communication between the restorers and the owner. It was a doctor down in Darlington at that time. The current owner, like I say, bought the car in 2002. He's had the car bare metal resprayed again, in the same colour, that opalescent gunmetal. He's had the chrome redone, so all of the bumpers, wheels, trim, everything. And he's had a whole load of engine work. If you check the description, we'll detail all of that work that's been done. We picked the car up, it had been in storage since sort of end of last year. But we'll start by having a good look at the bodywork, then we'll move on to the interior. We'll pop the bonnet, have a look under there and go for a cold engine startup. It hasn't been started up today, this is stone cold, but we'll have a good look at it. Starting on the bodywork, we'll start on this front driver's corner. As you can see, the chrome on the bumper here is in lovely condition all the way across. All the rubber seals and everything are new. All nice on that overrider there. Chrome trim around the light. Again, lovely and neat. Inside the bowl, normally that's full of stone chips, but as you can see, that one's all good. And the glass on the headlight is lovely as well. All the chrome coming up the side of the bonnet. Again, all very nice. Coming onto this front arch. And if you look inside the arch, you can see it's nice and sharp all the way around. And normally down here you get some stone chips which would turn into corrosion, but as you can see, lovely and clean in there. Again, like I mentioned, chrome work's all been redone along with the wheels. So the wheels are in fabulous condition. They're a particularly expensive thing to have re-chromed now. And as you can see behind there, brake caliper is in nice nick as well, as is the disc. Front wing, we've got a very, very faint scratch just there. Just so you can't actually feel it with a nail or anything, so there's potential that might polish out, but it is there. Lovely and neat all the way down the rest of the bonnet. All nice down here. Again, when we get this open, we'll have a good look in there as well. If we go down low and have a look along the sill there, you can see that's nice and neat all the way down, and we can see the floor pan underneath. It's all very good. It's not caked in underseal or anything like that. It's one of the advantages of these American cars. They tend to be pretty good when they come in. But again, the car has been restored since. Loads of photos of him using lead and the old school metal techniques, not filling it full of filler, which is always nice. On the scuttle here, we are missing the washer jet from this side. The passenger side one's there, but we're missing the one on the driver's side. Nice and neat along here. If we're being really picky, when they've polished the paintwork, they've missed that bit behind the wiper there, so that could do with a quick going over. That is me being particularly picky. Chrome around the windows are all nice and neat, as are all three wiper stalks. Normally they're sort of bits and bobs that people overlook. And again, if you have a look under there, all those seals are brand new. There's no sign of any trapped moisture or any corrosion coming through. Lovely and neat coming down the driver's side. If you look down there, you can see all the panels are lovely and straight and smooth. They're not full of filler or ripples or anything like that. All very good along that lower half. Around the handle, nice and neat. The glass is lovely and clear all the way back. There's no ingrained scratching. It's got all the stamps in the right places. Up onto the roof. And again, that's lovely and smooth. If we're being really picky, you could do with a bit of a polish. You'll see there's the odd little swirl. It's been stored under a cover, and you tend to get these little light swirls in the paint. You can see it there under the lights, but it does look like it would all polish out. Inside the gutter rail down this side, all nice and neat. And then coming down onto the rear quarter, if we look back up, you can see nice and straight, like I said earlier on. Inside the rear arch is nice and sharp all the way around. There's no sign of any stone chips down the bottom again, causing any corrosion or anything like that. Another good wheel and tyre. Chrome work on this rear bumper corner is all very good. And normally, people overlook these and these end up with a bit of pitting because the water sits on there, but as you can see, that's all very good. Underneath there, lovely and neat. There is a bit of surface corrosion actually on the underside of the bumper there where it's not been dried properly, I'm guessing. You can see that it does look like it feels like a lot of it would polish off, to be fair, but it is there. Nice and clean around the number plate. Bumper corner on this side's all good. Lovely on the underside on this one. It was just on that side for some reason. All good on the lights on this side. The actual lights themselves and the reflectors are clean and bright. There's no cracks in those. Boot lid is all nice and neat. Got your correct badging. Obviously it's a 4.2 manual, as we know. The seal on the rear window is nice. All the seals are lovely and soft. They're not dried out. They're obviously quite new. No marks or anything to notice on the rear screen. And then round on the passenger side again, if we look up this side, lovely and straight all the way up. Not full of ripples or dents. In and around the filler caps, nice and neat. Can have another look at the roof from here. Like I say, it's got a couple of swirls in there that we want polished out. And I did notice, if we're being really picky, there is one there and another little run just in the paint behind the channel. So you want to get in there with a little hand polish and get that flattened down. There is a stone chip just there on that rear quarter. Inside the arch on the back again, lovely and sharp all the way around. No sign of any stone chips or anything causing any problems in there. Another good wheel and tyre. I'll pop the camera underneath from here. See, it's lovely and clean under there. Obviously it doesn't get used in the winter or in the salt or the rain, as you can tell. Glass on this side, all nice and clear. Bit of cloth left behind there, ignore that. All good coming down the door. We've got one very faint little scratch just on the bottom of the door there. You can just see that in the camera. All the chrome work in this area is nice and neat. The seal on this side of the windscreen, that's all good as well. Like I said, you can see there where I could just do with a bit of a polish behind that wiper. This one does have the washer jet. That one is missing, like I mentioned. Around the aerials, all nice. Even the seal on the aerials new as well. Coming down this side, nice and neat. No marks to notice on the front wing. All clean and tidy in there, as you can see. Sharp all the way around. Very tiny stone chip just on the leading edge there. Another good wheel and tyre. All neat on the vents on the bonnet. The bonnet itself, again, has the odd little swirl on the highest points where a cover has sat. So that will want polished off. Doesn't spoil the car or anything like that. You can see one there. Move the camera around ever so slightly. Doesn't spoil the car at all. Nice Sunday afternoon's job just to get that polished up, sort that out. Nice and neat on the nose cone. I did notice when it was coming off the truck, there is a bit of a dent and some damage to the paint on the underside, but you do have to get right underneath to see it. Stood up looking normal, even down low you can't see it. You've got to get right up to see that. All the chrome work on the front is lovely. It's all good. So body weight wise, generally very nice. More than happy to take that to a show or take it out for a drive. They wouldn't be ashamed of that, that's for sure. Moving on to the interior, and by the looks of all of the restoration documents, the seats have been left original. They haven't been redone. There looked to be a letter where he was offered the option to either retrim them or recolonize them. Personally, I like them like this. They've got a bit of a story to tell. They're still nice and presentable, but they've got some patina, some character to them. Door card on the driver's side, that's all nice and neat. All the chrome on the furniture is good. On the sill, got a little bit of a crease in the leather here and another one there. A good steam clean, I would imagine, would tighten most of that up. And there's a bit of a tear on the seat there. All the beading's nice. The seats are still lovely and firm, lovely and comfy, like an old armchair, really very good. But there is that patina in there, whether you choose to redo that or not. Personally, I wouldn't. I really like it like that. You will notice there's a little flashing LED down here. We do have an immobilizer fitted with the wand and everything, so that works fine. On the motor steering wheel, a little bit of wear on the wheel, but generally very nice. Again, goes with the seats. Top of the dash is all lovely. All your gauges are nice and clear. And obviously with a VM1.5, you do have that switch panel, which is normally the telltale sign. Bit of sun bleaching to the center console, but generally not bad. Into the back, obviously being a 2+2, you've got those extra 2 seats. They're all nice and neat. They don't look like they've had much in the way of use. The backs of the seats are good. Headlining actually looks dirty on the camera. It's not. It's that kind of material where it does look, if you get close, you can see. Nice and clean there. We'll pop this side of the bonnet while we're here, and we will also pull the boot release, which is down in here in the corner. Then you've got that catch halfway up. That lovely side opening door. All your hinges are nice and tight. They've been painted at the same time as well, so it's obviously a proper job. Then you do have this leather trimmed boot, so it does always show a bit of wear, which you can see there. But again, it kind of goes with the rest of the car. Or sorry, goes with the rest of the interior. Something quite nice about a very shiny car with a bit of patina on the interior. It's like an old Chesterfield in a modern house. It always looks good. Passenger side door, all nice and neat along there. Again, the leather on the sill is peeling back ever so slightly on the corner there. You can see the sound deadening underneath. That would refasten back down. Again, same sort of wear on this seat. Got a little bit of a tear on the seam there, and a bit of wear on the bolster there. Generally in lovely condition. A good clean would actually take or bring a lot of the colour back, but you've got that really nice sort of soft used look to it. This side of the dash, all nice and neat. We'll pull the bonnet release on this side. We'll lift that bonnet up. It's on the correct strap so it doesn't go too far and cause any damage, which is always nice. Underside of the bonnet is lovely and neat. You've got a 4.2 litre 6-cylinder engine with the manual gearbox, which is the main attraction for me, I would say. Looks to be nice and standard in there. There is pictures of the engine out being rebuilt in the file as well. And you've got your, what is the alarm part of the immobiliser down there. But other than that, like I say, nice and standard in there. We'll get it fired up. So stone cold, so we've got choke on full. The immobiliser is quite a simple one. It's just the wand into the little slot. That light will turn green, he says. There we go. And then keying the ignition, which is more difficult to do with one hand than you'd think. As if he's got the right key. So key the ignition on, check it's in neutral, choke's on. I will show you from the temperature gauge, stone cold. Oil pressure's going straight up above 60. Idling lovely. Nothing nasty coming out the back. Nice little burble from those exhausts. I did notice when we were moving it around, I've had it down the road, but the clutch can be a little bit stiff when you first pull away. Quite a lot of pressure on there, so if you, other than that, once it's away, it's fine, but it is worth pointing that out. So there you have it. 1967 Jaguar E-Type, Series 1.5, 2+2 Coupe. You check the description, we'll detail everything we know about the history and where it's been. If you've got any questions at all, please let us know. We are open for viewings every day between now and auction. If you can't get here, we can do video calls, we can send you extra photos, extra videos, anything you might need, just let us know. Thank you.